Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Barcode and Couguar on Ruins of Seras. And by Barcode, I mean this is puCK. And you'll just have to trust me on that because I just know that this is actually puCK. On the bottom right of Ruins of Seras, we have the red Protoss player. It is Barcode, also known as puCK, also known as Solus. And in the bottom left of Ruins of Seras, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Couguar. Couguar, we have seen on my channel, seems to be about a GM level Protoss player out there. Was playing in the beta quite a bit, also here in the retail version of Legacy of the Void. We will see how Couguar matches up with our friend puCK here as well. It's going to be a PvP. I know it's a mirror matchup. I know a lot of people do not enjoy this particular mirror matchup. But you know what? It's exciting in Legacy of the Void. There's new stuff. It's not just 4-gate versus 4-gate, or who can get the most Colossus versus who can get the most Colossus, or Blink Stalker versus Blink Stalker. There are a lot of different things that we can see here. Disruptors, really good in PvP. Adept battles, also fairly fun to watch. Immortals are still really good as usual. We'll have to see what these players decide to do. puCK going for a Nexus first. He did go for Nexus first. Pylon into Nexus first here. Very, very brave indeed. Now scouting the wrong direction to find his opponent. Meanwhile, Couguar is going for a Gateway first type play here. And then probably a Gateway expand, it looks like. He has enough minerals to get that second Nexus, and he does. Pops out and out. Well played indeed, Couguar. Gas coming up here. Double gas, it looks like, for puCK. Very early indeed. Protoss players love their double gas. Single gas here for Couguar. I assume that second assimilator will come up here eventually. He has not quite enough minerals for it. Can he get enough for an assimilator? Maybe he's going to hold off. No. No, he is not. There it is. Look at me and my timing. Cybernetics core on the way as well. Cybernetics core cannot be completed yet for puCK because the gateway is not done yet. So going for a double gate opening after that Nexus first. The probe here for Couguar, finding his opponent immediately and saying, aha, I have found you. You went for a Nexus first, you greedy, greedy Protoss. I will try to punish you. There's the Cyber Core, a little bit late. I mean, look at that. Couguar's is almost done. This could be a little bit problematic for the Protoss player puCK here. If, for example, I don't know, it's a huge Adept push that comes on over and Photon Overcharge isn't quite available. We'll have to see what happens with Couguar. What is Couguar planning on doing? Getting a Twilight Council, possibly for Blink Stalkers, getting Warp Gate Research and an Adept. There we go. I like to see these Adept openers in PvP. Adepts against Adepts are pretty fun, with the Psionic Transfer popping up all over the place at least. It is a good time. You'll just have to trust me on that one. Probe moving on down the middle of the map, going doo-doo-doo-doo. Just trying to see if there's anything here. Holding the Xel'Naga Watchtower. This might be his job for a while. Yeah, he just says to sit in there because any armies marching across towards his base from Couguar have to come through here, including this Adept. So the skin on this Adept, it looks a little bit different. This is the Purifier skin, available for the Collector's Edition of Legacy of the Void. So it looks like Couguar sprung for the extra money for that Collector's Edition. Very fancy indeed. And Sonic Transfer popping right on up there. 2 Stalkers here. Adepts do not do extra damage to Stalkers, so they need to back on out. Sonic Transfer with the fake out perhaps. Yes, forcing the Stalkers back, allowing the Adept to escape or come back in. Oh, he does let it finish there and might try to get some worker kills with the Mothership Core looming overhead, using another Psionic Transfer to force the Mothership Core away. This is craziness. Heading down again and trying to get a worker kill. Can he get it? Yes, but there are 2 other Adepts here from puCK. Might be able to kill this Adept before they get... Oh, 2 worker kills though by Couguar's Adept, and the Adept gets evaporated, but pretty happy about that. Stalkers moving on down. There's a single Stalker up here and a Mothership Core. Is this enough? I think it might be enough to handle this, but the Stalkers come right on in there, going for that Stalker. Mothership Core coming up as well, getting some damage off. puCK, good micro, recognizing that he can avoid taking damage here, and the Stalkers, are they going to go after the Mothership Core? They are, getting a couple shots off, and the Stalker dies. Photon Overcharge comes up, backs out of range of that Overcharge, and waiting for reinforcements, including Adepts here. It's Adept Stalker push here at the second base of Couguar. Can Couguar handle it? We will have to see. Sonic Transfer heading up into the main base. Stalkers here at the natural base as well. And the Adepts do finish their transfer, getting right on top of this worker line, killing 1 probe, 2 probes, 3 probes, 4 probes. The Stalker trying to get up here. Couguar finally evacuating. Photon Overcharge coming up as well. And 1 Adept is definitely going to die. The other one with double Photon Overcharge, smashing it in the face. It does end up dead. as well. Oh, Dark Templar here for Couguar. Did I not see that in the production tab? Another DT on the way. Is there any detection at all? An observer's on the way, but is not here yet. All the probes are forced to retreat. DT wanted to get the probe here on the gas, gets one on the gas, going after this probe as well, and try to get out of range of that photon overcharge. It does. It escapes out of the range of the photon overcharge there with 3 kills. It's enough to keep puCK on his back foot. And another more Dark Templar here. Indeed, one more Dark Templar does get evaporated here. It looks like puCK has lost 7 probes, though, to 5 for Couguar. Fairly even game thus far. I'm pretty impressed. Oh, the DT is back in the mineral line. Another photon overcharge comes up, gets rid of it. But 13 probes having died right now for puCK. And with this stalker count, though, looking very, very scary indeed. Couguar very definitely down in that stalker comparison. More stalkers here back at home. And Blink is on the way. It's actually farther along for puCK, surprisingly, because that Twilight Council came out earlier for Couguar. Regardless, Stalker is pushing on in for puCK. He's going all the way. Where's that mothership core? Did it die? I don't know where it is, but this Stalker count not looking good at all. 5 Stalkers versus 6 Stalkers? More warping in here. There's the mothership core, throwing down the photon overcharge, but on a pylon that ends up dead. Oh, that's crazy. It depowered this pylon in the middle of the warp gate transformation, and look at that. It's stuck. The animation is stuck. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Oh, anyway, proxy gateway here for Couguar, possibly for the warp ins for the more DTs. Either way, Stalker versus Stalker here. Blinking on top and getting rid of 1 Stalker. Couguar in a good position, slowly whittling down the number of Stalkers here for puCK. Getting rid of the warp prism. If they could get that, that'd be a nice pickup indeed. And Couguar does get the warp prism. No more reinforcements. Defender disadvantage definitely going to Couguar right now. And just good Blink Stalker micro, getting rid of the Stalkers that are low, bringing them to the back of the line. Blink Stalker versus Blink Stalker is some of the most challenging micro in the game, right up there with Ling Baneling attacks. And does Couguar decide to back on up? Yes, he does. Backs right on home. Observer here can be seen. If Cougar's paying attention, he can see that. Does he have an observer of his own? Actually, is that how they're supposed to look? Where's another gateway here? No. That's super weird. It's totally stuck. Is it going to be stuck like that the rest of the game? I think it might be. I did not expect to see that. Strange indeed. Probe heading on over. Observer scouting things on out. This probe has been holding the Xel'Naga Watchtower about the entire game. It's nuts. More Stalkers warping in. Couguar going for a 2-base Stalker all in here. What's the composition for puCK going to be? Stalker? It looks like. Stalker versus Stalker. Robotic Spade just about to finish here for puCK. He will have some disruptors fairly soon. There's one immediately being built. Photon overcharge coming up. Stalkers from Couguar standing in, trying to get rid of those pylons, and they do get both of the pylons. How are the upgrades for both of these players? +1 attack there. No attack upgrades whatsoever for Couguar. Definitely down in that area. puCK's Stalkers are a little bit better, but the Stalker count is 23 to 14 in favor of Couguar. It's going to come down to some pretty good disruptor micro here, I think, as well as photon overcharge from puCK as well. But here comes the first disruptor. Purification Nova does do 145 damage and additional 55 shield damage to nearby ground units. Stalkers have 80 shields and 80 hit points, so they do get one shot by a disruptor. We'll have to see how this works out. Disruptor control is pretty much a favorite thing of puCK's. And here comes the Purification Nova pushing right on in and does kill 3 Stalkers. Is that 2 or 3? I don't know. The blink happened right as it went down, but there are definitely corpses here. If they're robot corpses, are they still corpses? I really don't know. I'm no theologian. 3rd base coming up for puCK at the traditional 3rd base location. No such business here for Couguar, but he's getting a Robo Bay of his own. Another DT. What the heck is that DT? Is it just with the army? How come I can't detect that? Oh, it got picked up by the Warp Prism. And it's going to move on down here again. There's a cannon, though. Good placement on that cannon. Another attack at the front. And another cannon here as well. I don't know what these DTs are going to do. Accidentally warping this DT on the low ground. And the cannon gets a couple shots off. Forced to retreat. Is that Dark Templar. Another push up here at the front. Purification up, not hitting much of anything. Stalkers overextending for puCK. Oh no. 1 getting killed. 2 getting killed. 3 getting killed. Good blink dodge there on that Purification Nova. DT right on top of this army, actually getting shots off. I think that DT is trying to get rid of those disruptors, getting out of the army. Blink on top of the disruptors. All the disruptors actually fall there. Couguar with a huge coup, losing a few stalkers in the process, but that was a very cost-heavy attack on the gas for puCK, losing all those disruptors. Total disruptor kills 3 for Couguar. Just playing this out of his mind good right now. Playing about 119 APM. Just fantastic decisions all the way around, and just good micro as well. DT once again trying to sneak past these stalkers. And more stuff getting warped in over there. I don't know if this DT harassment's going to work for Couguar, but it's entertaining to watch. That much I can tell you. Disruptors of Couguar's own are on the way. Not with the army, though. Oh, trailing disruptor. You don't want to leave it out in the open like that. Couguar moving in. Is this going to be a base trade? I don't know. I don't know if puCK recognizes the army is here. I'm not sure if Couguar recognizes the army is here. DT is getting right on in and getting rid of these pylons, and the pylon does actually fall. Choosing to kill pylons, getting rid of production facilities here for puCK. Well played, Couguar. Oh, the gateways can't do anything right now. Forcing a cancel on the third base, though, is puCK, and he's going to go for it. He is going for it here, getting rid of the stuck gateway. Going after this mothership core ends up dead. Did not have time to photon overcharge, but I don't know that would have really mattered at all. This third base under siege as well for Couguar. DT's trying to get rid of more and more pylons. These 3 Dark Templar just wreaking havoc in the main base, just like this Stalker army is completely ripping through everything that is available for Couguar. Getting rid of forges, doing upgrades, getting rid of Nexus. There's a single Nexus left here for Couguar, and the Stalker count looking pretty darn scary here for Couguar as well, getting right on in. This is definitely an old-fashioned base race. Oh, Couguar with a sneaky Nexus up in the top right side of the map. That could come into play for sure. Couguar, Purification Nova is on cooldown for these disruptors. They're trying to hide in the corner and make sure the disruptors or the stalkers do not see them. Oh, they saw them. Both of them end up dying. And yes, it's stalkers killing everything that they can find here. Getting rid of pylons first of all, then going after tech structures, going after Nexus at the same time. The no +1 upgrade is going to hurt Couguar here. It's going to slow down his ability to kill stuff. DT is going to town on this second base, and Nexus coming up here for puCK. Ah, taking his enemy's third. I believe I read that in The Art of War. When in doubt, take your enemy's third base. Okay, nobody actually said that. No one said that. Robotics facility falling. Cybernetics core falling. Robo Bay is probably the next target. Not really, actually. No, it's not. Huh. So DT's left behind to kill buildings. And I think they both know they have another Nexus left because nobody's being revealed yet. Dark Shrine falls. Twilight Council still alive. A couple gateways here as well. puCK's not going for a straight up base trade. He's going for pylons. Both players are fairly severely supply blocked right now. Observer for puCK is a big deal though, because those DTs would be really good otherwise. 3 DTs, no DTs on the side of puCK. Here comes the Blink Stalker battle here. Who's going to win this one? Excellent Blink Stalker micro on both sides. Nobody has a really good concave. Everybody walking up and down. Couguar being forced to retreat. Going to lose Stalkers in the process. Heading on back home. Units tab. 19 Stalkers to 24 in favor of puCK. 3 Dark Templar. Both have a Warp Prism. 13 workers for puCK available. Couguar only has 4, and he's basically fully mining here at this third base. This could be a problem for Couguar. Again, the worker count here very, very low indeed. Continues to make probes, but he is so supply blocked, building pylons as well. Couguar taking out a pylon here. Was that a pylon or a Nexus? I don't know. I don't know. A lot of buildings left for both players for a base race. This is kind of surprising. Couguar, again, is down on the upgrades, which is a huge problem in these Blinkstalker battles. Your micro can be good, but I mean, in the end, if your opponent's doing extra damage per shot, you're in a lot of trouble. Another Stalker goes down. No! Warp Prism gets picked up and picked off by Couguar. He's trying to retreat back into the safety of his own base. Blinking down here to kill the workers. Workers are being forced to run as well. Couguar being so annoying with these Stalkers. Running, again, just running everywhere. But again, the Stalker count is so low. Only 11 left for Couguar. puCK being very patient indeed. Worker count is up to 5. For Couguar, 10 available for puCK. Just sitting the Stalkers here, babysitting his probes. Production tab shows nothing but workers. Actually, a cannon coming up here as well. Another Stalker falling. No, I don't think it did. But so many of these stalkers are low on health. As soon as that cannon finishes, the DT is going to be so much less effective. But yeah, I mean, they try to get rid of the cannon so the DT is more effective. Can they get the cannon? They do get the cannon. And there's the good game from Couguar. Couguar is defeated. puCK wins the game. And Couguar is gone, but not in shame. Well played there by our Blue Protoss player, giving puCK all that he could handle in that game. Resources lost tab, 13,000 minerals lost for puCK, 4,500 gas, 11,000 minerals lost for, oh, I'm sorry, that was for Couguar, and 11,000 minerals lost less for puCK, as well as 2,000 gas, about half of his opponent, both players losing about 50 workers. So just amazing play from both sides. Couguar trying to make it work with DTs, puCK relying on those disruptors instead, and he came out in the end. It really could have gone to either player, in all honesty, but in the end, puCK was the one who came out victorious. So that's about it. Thank you so much for joining me today. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.